Chosen one, listen closely. What I'm about to reveal will shake you to your core. This isn't a coincidence. God has broken the silence just for you. No more waiting, no more unanswered prayers. God said, I am sorry, but this apology comes with a powerful promise. A truth so clear that your entire life is about to shift in ways you never imagined. Right now, the invisible walls holding you back are crumbling. The desires you've been begging for, praying over, and dreaming about, they're no longer distant wishes. They are arriving. This is not just a shift in thinking. It's a divine spiritual awakening, a supernatural breakthrough. You are on the edge of a life that's been destined for you all along. But hear this clearly. If you want to claim this breakthrough, you must align. You must step fully into this moment, ready to receive everything God has for you. The universe is listening, but it needs a signal from you. So pause right now. Hit that like button. Subscribe to join our growing community of 1,000 chosen souls ready to rise, and comment the number 77. This number is a beacon, a direct call that amplifies the power of this message and connects you to divine energy. If you are truly a chosen one, you will watch this video until the end, because deep in your spirit, you already know this truth is for you. But if you hesitate, if doubt creeps in, you might miss this once-in-a-lifetime breakthrough. Now no more silence, no more waiting. God has spoken. Are you ready to hear what's next? Let's dive in. Your new life begins now. After what felt like an endless stretch of silence, heaven has finally spoken. And the words will shake your soul. I am sorry, chosen one. These are not words of guilt or failure, but of deep compassion. God is acknowledging your journey. The sleepless nights, the quiet tears, the aching questions you dared not even ask. This is not the voice of a distant deity, but of a loving Creator who has watched every moment of your struggle with heartbreak and tenderness. God's apology is not an admission of wrongdoing, but a holy recognition of what you have endured. It is as though God leans down, cups your face, and says, I saw everything. The delays, the confusion, the loneliness. I didn't abandon you. I was preparing you. These are not empty words. They carry the weight of divine empathy. He's been silent, not absent. He's been preparing your crown in the dark while you were walking barefoot in the fire. And now the silence is broken forever. This moment is sacred. It marks the beginning of a divine conversation that will not end. You are no longer wandering in the wilderness. You are stepping into a revelation so powerful, it will realign every piece of your life. You are chosen. You are seen. And now finally, you are heard. You may have felt invisible, but your pain echoed in the courts of heaven. Not a single tear went unnoticed. God collected each one like sacred pearls, storing them in the vaults of eternity. You didn't cry in vain. Every sob you released in secret became a silent prayer that moved heaven. There were moments you questioned everything, your purpose, your faith, your very existence. The weight was too much. You whispered to yourself, does anyone see me? Does anyone care? And now God responds, not with theory, but with truth. I saw it all. The battles you fought alone, the heartbreak you couldn't explain, the strength it took just to wake up. He saw it all, and He wept with you. Let this sink in. Your pain was never wasted. It was sacred soil. Through it, God planted seeds of strength, character, and unshakable faith, and now those seeds are ready to bloom. Your tears watered the ground where your purpose will grow. This is not just comfort. This is confirmation. You begged for answers, and now one is finally here. The delays weren't denial. They were divine preparation. You weren't being punished. You were being positioned. What felt like a pause was actually a process. Heaven was orchestrating every detail, even the ones that seemed like setbacks. Consider the strongest warriors. None are made in comfort. They're forged in fire, molded in resistance, and strengthened in solitude. That's what God was doing with you. Every unanswered prayer was building resilience. Every closed door was protection. Every delay was divine training aligning you for a purpose you couldn't yet see. Imagine trying to build a skyscraper on shallow soil. It would crumble, but God was digging deep foundations in you. That's why the waiting hurt so much. You were being prepared for heights that required depth, and now that season is over. What once looked like rejection was actually redirection into destiny. God has broken the silence, and from this moment on, nothing will be left unsaid. You won't have to guess anymore. You won't have to wonder if you're on the right path. This is not the season of signs and hints. This is the season of direct, divine dialogue. Get ready to hear God like never before. The fog that clouded your mind is lifting. Your heart is about to be flooded with truths you've longed to hear. Why you went through what you did, what your purpose truly is, who you were always meant to become. The mysteries that haunted you are about to unravel, one divine word at a time. This is a sacred unveiling. Every conversation with God in the next 10 days will reveal something new, something life-changing. Keep your heart open, your spirit still, and your ears ready, because heaven is speaking. And this time, God is not holding anything back. You are standing on the edge of a spiritual revolution. The next 10 days will not be ordinary. They have been pre-written in the scrolls of eternity, set aside for your transformation. This is not a random season. It is an appointed one. Mark it in your spirit. Transformation begins now. These 10 days will carry the power to rewrite your story. Expect breakthrough in your understanding, healing in places you thought were permanently broken, and realignment with heaven's purpose for your life. This is not symbolic change, it's spiritual activation. You're about to become someone new. Set your heart in position. Prepare yourself in prayer, fasting, and quiet reflection. These aren't just 10 days, they are 10 doors. Behind each one is a deeper version of you. Walk through them with expectation. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for your yes. You've been walking through spiritual fog for so long that clarity almost feels unfamiliar. You've questioned whether you heard God correctly, whether your dreams were real, or just illusions of hope. But now God is bringing divine clarity that will wipe away every trace of doubt. No more wondering, no more confusion. This clarity won't come through striving. It will come through surrender. Alignment is when your will finally flows with God's will without resistance. And this is the season where your inner compass will point true north. For the first time in a long time, you'll begin to understand why certain people left, why certain doors never opened, and why some pain was necessary. Because now everything in your life will begin to make sense, not just in theory, but in revelation. Your soul is stepping into divine order. That means your desires, your timing, your mindset, and your decisions will begin to align with heaven's rhythm. What used to take years will happen in days. What used to confuse you will now inspire you. And the best part, this alignment won't be temporary. It will become your new lifestyle. You are being recalibrated for kingdom, purpose. There's a difference between being guided by God and being led by Him. Guidance is when He gives you signs, whispers, or nudges, but leading means He goes before you, and your job is only to follow. And in this new season, God isn't just sending you hints. He's grabbing your hand and saying, "Walk with me." When God leads, you stop leaning on your own understanding. You stop begging for signs because His presence becomes your direction. You begin to feel a peace in your spirit that surpasses logic. You might not know every detail, but you'll feel certain of every step. That's what happens when God stops giving you pieces of the map and instead becomes the map Himself. Get ready for divine appointments. Moments where you accidentally meet the right person, get the perfect opportunity, or receive prophetic insight that's too accurate to be coincidence. These are not random moments. These are the results of walking under divine leadership. God is no longer distant. He is your personal guide, and He is not letting you miss your way this time. You may have stared at the M in your palm and wondered what it meant. Maybe you dismissed it as coincidence or curiosity. But hear this clearly. That M is not just a marking. It's a spiritual symbol, a seal of the chosen. And in these next 10 days, it will begin to activate spiritually, not just symbolically. This sign, visible on your physical body, has always been a quiet witness to your calling, but now it becomes a spiritual portal, an energetic gateway of divine authority. When it activates, you'll notice things: supernatural intuition, heightened discernment, prophetic dreams, and unexplainable peace in chaotic situations. Your hand will no longer just be a hand. It will be an extension of divine will. The M stands for mission, mantle, miracle, and movement. You carry something that the world needs, and now heaven is unlocking it. Watch how people begin to respond to your presence differently. Watch how doors open where there were once only walls. The activation has already begun, and the results will be undeniable. The moment this 10-day journey begins, something shifts in the atmosphere. On day 1, you'll feel it. It may come as a thought, a vision, or even a burst of emotion, but it will be unmistakable. For the first time in a long time, you will see yourself the way God sees you: chosen, worthy, powerful, necessary. Your identity has been under attack for years. The enemy has tried to convince you that you're ordinary, unqualified, or forgotten. But on day 1, that lie breaks. God reveals your spiritual blueprint, the one He wrote before you were even born. You'll begin to recall long-buried dreams, feel energy returning to your purpose, and experience clarity about your true role on this earth. And with that identity comes a flood of purpose. You'll no longer ask, "Why am I here?" Instead, you'll say, "Now I know what I must do." Expect revelation. Expect answers. Day 1 is the ignition key to your destiny, and once it turns, there's no going back. This is the day confusion ends, and clarity takes the throne. In the next phase of this 10-day journey, days 2 to 5 become critical. These are not passive days. They are days of movement. God is not only giving you insight, He's calling you to act. And each obedient action you take will unlock a divine opportunity waiting for you like a key, unlocking a vault. You will be led to speak things you've never dared say. Step into rooms you never thought you'd enter and make choices that feel almost too bold to be yours. But that's the point. They're not yours alone. God is orchestrating every decision. Your obedience in these days will create ripple effects that go far beyond your imagination. Think of it like this. God has set up a series of divine dominoes, but you are the first one that must move. Once you do, the chain reaction begins. These opportunities may not look miraculous on the surface, but trust this, behind every small step is a supernatural outcome. Days 2 to 5 will show you just how powerful your obedience truly is. The nights of this journey are just as important, if not more, than the days. Each night is a divine encounter, a sacred appointment between you and God. These are not dreams you can ignore. These are not nights you can skip. You will find yourself being awakened, spoken to, and visited by heaven in ways that feel wholly terrifying and beautiful all at once. Keep a journal by your bed. Expect prophetic dreams, angelic presence, inner healing, and even instructions for the next day. These 10 nights are layers, each one taking you deeper into God's heart. It's in the stillness of night that the loudest messages will come. Let your rest become your revelation. Some nights may bring tears, others may bring visions, but all of them will bring transformation. Night by night, God is reprogramming your spirit, restoring your energy, and preparing your soul for what's coming. Don't underestimate what happens in silence. That's when heaven speaks the loudest. The final 3 days of this journey are sacred, hidden, veiled in mystery. Why? Because what God is about to reveal is so weighty, so powerful, that it must be prepared in secret. These last 3 days are heaven's unveiling. What was hidden from you for years will suddenly be revealed. God will begin to show you the next phase of your life, not in vague impressions, but in clear instructions. The people you'll meet, the mission you'll carry, the resources that are coming, the places you'll be sent. These aren't random revelations. They are part of a divine master plan that has been waiting for this exact moment. Be alert. Be sensitive. Don't be surprised if the unexpected begins to happen. Messages, confirmations, visions, even supernatural signs. This is heaven's signature. When God reveals the final piece, everything you've lived through will finally make sense. The waiting, the warfare, the weeping, it was all leading to this. This journey will leave no room for confusion. The questions that tormented you, the ones that haunted you at 3:00 a.m., will finally be answered. Your mission isn't just a vague calling. It will be clear, precise, and deeply personal. You will know what you were born to do, and more importantly, who you were born to be. There's a moment coming where you'll look back and say, "Now I understand why I had to go through all of that." Your scars will no longer be symbols of suffering. They will be proof of survival and blueprints for someone else's healing. God is assigning meaning to your pain, turning your wounds into wisdom. And once your mission is made clear, don't hesitate. Clarity is a responsibility. What God shows you, He expects you to walk in. But you won't walk alone. Divine partnerships, provision, and power will accompany you. Confusion is over. It's time to rise with confidence and move forward in purpose. God is speaking a phrase over you now that will echo through eternity. You passed. You're ready. Not because you were perfect, but because you stayed. You didn't quit when it hurt. You didn't turn away when it got hard. You walked through the fire and came out refined, not burned. Your tests were not in vain. Every moment of weakness became a moment of growth. You proved to heaven that you were trustworthy. That's why God is now entrusting you with more insight, more influence, more impact. This isn't a reward for survival. It's a promotion in the spirit. You are ready to carry what others would have dropped. Ready to speak what others would have stayed silent about. Ready to lead, to build, to heal, to love again. This is your divine certification. Heaven is placing a crown of readiness on your head and commissioning you for the next level. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, the heavens are open. The journey you were born for begins today. This is your spiritual awakening, your soul's activation, your divine deployment. You're no longer waiting for confirmation. You are the confirmation. The calling is not just a title, it's a lifestyle. You are called to transform atmospheres, shift generations, break cycles, and manifest heaven on earth. That's why your life has felt so intense, because your purpose is that significant. God isn't sending you into the world empty-handed. He's sending you filled with power, peace, and authority. So take the first step. Don't let fear hold you back. The next 10 days are not just about change. They're about becoming who you've always been. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are right on time. And your journey, your real journey, starts now. There will come a time when you no longer have to strive, hustle, or push to get what God has already prepared for you. Doors that once seemed sealed tight will suddenly swing wide open without any human effort on your part. This is divine favor at work, moving so powerfully that you will feel as though the universe itself is bending to make a way where there was none. Imagine walking down a path and suddenly finding a doorway that wasn't there before, one that leads directly into your purpose, provision, and promotion. You won't have to knock endlessly or plead for entry. These doors open because heaven has cleared the way, shifting situations and aligning people in your favor before you even arrive. This is a season where God's supernatural intervention becomes your new normal. You may wonder, how did this happen so fast? Or why am I suddenly receiving opportunities I never imagined? The answer is simple. You've moved into a new dimension where divine grace is more active than ever, and your obedience has unlocked this heavenly favor. Trust that God is preparing to make your journey effortless in ways you've never experienced. This is not about luck or coincidence. It's about a supernatural strategy that brings blessing without struggle. You are stepping into a new era of divine acceleration, and the doors will open to welcome you home. Get ready for something extraordinary. Your name will be spoken in influential places you've never set foot in. People of power, destiny, and authority will begin to recognize you even before you meet them. This is not mere chance, but a divine orchestration where God is establishing your reputation in the unseen realm. Imagine sitting quietly in your season of preparation and hearing that key leaders, mentors, or collaborators are discussing you with respect and anticipation. Your story, your gifts, and your potential will precede your physical presence, creating opportunities you never dreamed possible. This is God's way of positioning you strategically within the fabric of the kingdom. When your name is brought up in these rooms, it's a sign of favor, alignment, and divine networking. Your influence is no longer local or hidden. It's beginning to ripple into powerful circles that will help manifest your calling. Be patient and open to unexpected connections. This kind of divine visibility is a sign you are moving into a new level of spiritual authority. When the time is right, doors will open and you will be welcomed because your name carries the weight of God's endorsement. God's provision is no longer a distant hope, it's an imminent reality. Financial breakthroughs that once seemed impossible are being released from heaven to meet your needs and empower your calling. This isn't about earthly hustle alone. It's a divine outpouring, a heavenly supply that transcends human limitation. Picture debts being canceled, resources multiplying, and opportunities for abundance arriving just when you need the most, whether it's a promotion, a business blessing, or an unexpected gift. God's hand is poised to meet you in your financial struggles with supernatural abundance. The breakthroughs will not just cover your needs, they will overflow. You will find yourself in a season where generosity flows easily because your cup is so full. The financial chains that held you back are breaking, and God is turning your scarcity into surplus. Remember, your financial breakthrough isn't just for you, it's a tool for the kingdom. As you receive, you'll be positioned to bless others. Support missions and invest in purposes that matter eternally. This season is about divine provision that empowers your destiny. No one walks the path to destiny alone. In this season, God is orchestrating divine relationships and kingdom connections that will be pivotal to your journey. These are not ordinary acquaintances. They are heavenly appointments designed to strengthen, encourage, and propel you forward. These relationships will bring mentorship, partnership, and friendship that align perfectly with your purpose. Some will challenge you to grow, others will provide resources, and many will walk alongside you in ways that feel almost supernatural. You'll sense God's hand weaving a tapestry of support around your life. Expect to be introduced to people whose wisdom and influence will change your trajectory. These connections might come from unexpected places through social media, chance meetings, or divine encounters in everyday life. Each relationship is a divine thread in the fabric of your destiny. Cherish these gifts. Stay open and vulnerable to others because kingdom relationships require more than transactions. They require trust, shared vision, and spiritual alignment. God is sending you the people you need to fulfill your calling. Your healing journey is about to take a monumental leap forward. God sees the wounds hidden deep within your body, mind, and soul, and He is moving to restore you completely. This healing isn't partial or temporary. It is holistic and eternal. Physical pain that has lingered too long will begin to fade as God's healing power flows through your body. You may experience a sudden relief or a gradual mending, but either way, your health is being renewed. The fatigue and ailments that once held you hostage will no longer define your story. Beyond your body, your mind will find peace. Anxiety, confusion, and mental battles will give way to clarity, rest, and hope. Your soul, battered by disappointment or trauma, will be gently restored with God's love. Emotional wounds will heal, bitterness will dissolve, and your spirit will be refreshed. Healing is not just restoration, it's transformation. As God heals, you will step into a new level of strength and resilience. You will emerge from this season not just whole, but empowered, ready to walk boldly into the future God has prepared. Sometimes the questions we carry aren't the ones God wants to answer first. In this season, expect to receive divine answers you never even knew you needed. Answers that will change your understanding, your perspective, and your direction. These answers might come as sudden insights during prayer, moments of clarity in the quiet, or through unexpected messages from others. They will pierce through confusion and reveal hidden truths about your identity, mission, and destiny. You may find that issues you thought were unrelated to your struggles are actually the key to unlocking your breakthrough. God is orchestrating a divine reveal, connecting the dots in ways only heaven can see. These answers will shift your spiritual and natural trajectory dramatically. Be open to the unexpected. Some answers will challenge your current beliefs or plans, but remember they come from a place of divine wisdom and love. Trust that God is leading you deeper into truth beyond what you thought was possible. A powerful spiritual breakthrough is occurring, not just for you, but for generations to come. The strongholds, curses, and patterns that have haunted your family line are being shattered as you step into your God-given authority. This is a liberation that echoes far beyond your own life. You carry the key to unlocking freedom for your ancestors and descendants alike. By walking faithfully through this season, you become the spiritual warrior who breaks chains that bound your lineage. This is no small task. It's a heavenly assignment with eternal impact. Feel the weight of this honor and responsibility. Every prayer, every step of obedience is tearing down walls of bondage. Your breakthrough becomes a spiritual inheritance for those who come after you, changing family histories and destinies forever. You are not alone in this battle. God is with you, empowering you with strength, wisdom, and victory. Stand firm. Your faith is rewriting your family's story. What once seemed like endless waiting is now becoming rushing abundance. The blessings that were delayed, postponed, or held back are arriving with momentum and power. God's timing is perfect, and your patience is about to be rewarded beyond what you imagined. Expect the unexpected in finances, relationships, opportunities, and favor. What was once a trickle will become a flood. Doors that were locked will burst open, and blessings that were distant will be right at your doorstep. This isn't just about receiving, it's about readiness. The delays were necessary to prepare your heart and spirit to handle this sudden increase. As these blessings rush in, you will be amazed at how quickly your life shifts from scarcity to abundance. Celebrate the arrival of these blessings. Share the goodness of God with others. Your season of waiting is over, and the blessings you've dreamed of are here faster and greater than you ever expected. God is about to awaken spiritual gifts in you that have been dormant or underused. These gifts, whether prophecy, healing, wisdom, or leadership, will not only be activated, but multiplied exponentially. Prepare to operate in power like never before. You will begin to hear God more clearly, see miracles more frequently, and walk in authority that amazes those around you. Your gifts will become tools for healing, deliverance, encouragement, and kingdom expansion. This is a divine awakening of your unique spiritual identity. Multiplication means you won't just have a little. You'll have an abundance of spiritual power to meet the needs around you. Your gifts will be refined, sharpened, and expanded to match the demands of your calling. Step into this activation with humility and faith. Your spiritual gifts are a sacred trust meant to bring glory to God and healing to the world. In the midst of chaos, confusion, and uncertainty, an unshakable peace will cover your heart. This peace promised by God Himself will guard your mind and emotions, creating a calm that the world cannot understand or imitate. No matter what storms arise, you will find yourself anchored in a tranquility that defies logic. Anxiety will dissolve. Fear will lose its grip, and your spirit will rest deeply in God's presence. This peace is a supernatural gift, not dependent on your circumstances, but rooted in the unchanging character of God. It is a fortress you can retreat into, a refuge that protects your soul. Allow this peace to be your daily mantle. When doubt whispers and the enemy tries to steal your joy, remind yourself of this promise. You are covered, guarded, and held in perfect peace. After seasons of hidden struggles and silent endurance, God is preparing to lift you up into the spotlight of honor and recognition. The battles you fought in secret, the tears no one saw, the prayers whispered in the dark will not go unnoticed. Heaven is ready to celebrate your faithfulness openly and magnificently. This public honor is not about human applause or fleeting fame. It's a divine acknowledgement that your perseverance mattered. It's the moment where your story becomes a testimony, inspiring others who are still in the trenches. Your victory will be a beacon, proving that faith and endurance lead to breakthrough. Expect doors to open for you in your community, workplace, or ministry. People who once overlooked you will now seek your wisdom and presence. This is God's way of saying, I have been with you all along, and now I am revealing your true value. Be prepared to receive this honor with humility and gratitude. It's a sacred reward for your private battles and a powerful platform to encourage others on their journey. Loss can feel like the thief of hope, but God is a restorer who multiplies what's been taken from you. Prepare for a season where everything you've lost, whether relationships, opportunities, finances, or peace, will not only be restored, but returned with abundance. This restoration is a divine exchange where the pain of loss is replaced with joy and favor. Imagine receiving back what was stolen, along with blessings that far exceed the original. This is a supernatural promise rooted in God's faithfulness and grace. God's restoration is not just about material things. It's about restoring your heart, your vision, and your confidence. As what was lost comes back, you will feel renewed strength to pursue your purpose with even greater passion. Walk forward expecting miracles of restoration. Your life is moving from scarcity to overflow, and this divine increase is a testament to God's unending love and justice. There is a powerful voice inside you that God is preparing to amplify. In this season, your words will carry weight and authority, causing atmospheres to shift and destinies to change. Your voice will not only be heard, but felt deeply by those around. You, whether through speaking, writing, or leading, your influence will expand beyond what you imagined. Doors will open for you to share your story, your vision, and your wisdom on platforms large and small. Your words will bring healing, encouragement, and transformation. This is a moment to step into boldness.